So hi all. So this is going to be our day 8 for Google Cloud Data, Google Cloud Foundation Fundamentals Training. The topics that we are going to cover today is going to be Google Cloud Data Analytics Services. In that, yesterday, like we talked about the various services involved, the various steps involved in any data pipelines. So we had the ingestion, we saw the processing or the batch processing, even pre-processing of the data. Then the analysis step, and then ultimately we were visualizing the reports using some tool like a looker, right? So today what we are going to cover is like we will walk through some of the labs of the same topics what we covered. So we are going to cover two labs here. One would be for publishing any messages to BigQuery using Cloud PubSub. Okay, so we are going to create some messages to Cloud PubSub, and the message is going to be loaded to the BigQuery, okay, for further analysis or that sort of thing. Also, the second lab that we are going to do, that's going to be about exporting the data that we are having on the BigQuery. So first of all, we'll take some data set from external sources. We'll feed it into the BigQuery. We'll run through some queries, and out of query, whatever report is generated, that we are going to visualize on the Looker Studio. Okay. If time permits, we will try to explore something on the data flow as well. But I'm not going to recommend using that because it is not handled properly. You may end up being charged a lot for data flow services. So let's just have that visualization itself, how the data flow service looks like, instead of jumping into the lab scenario for that particular service. Okay. So I need someone to volunteer to share their screen, and I can walk you through with the steps. In this lab, I have really not documented any steps in the document. So you have to follow this video for the steps that we are going to follow here. Okay? Because this is going to be, very much afresh from your own experience with the project that you have access to. So let's get started. We'll start with this publishing a message to Cloud PubSub and from there to BigQuery. The way that we are doing this lab, why I don't want to provide any steps, because these steps will keep on varying as we are testing it out, right? There can be some permissions that you need to figure out, that the kind of schema you need to develop. So it will vary based on how we are progressing on creating these labs, right? So let's have a screen sharing and get done with it, okay? So who wants to share their screen? And everyone else can just, keep following the steps, whatever we are doing.
I'll share, Jitendra.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else also wants to share? I think Raju have shared 2 times, right? So let's see if someone else also interested. Otherwise, we'll go with you. Anyone else wants to? Okay, no problem. So Raju, you can go ahead.
Okay. Not enabled.
Yeah, let me stop sharing then. Okay, give it a try. Okay.
Is it visible now?
Yes. Okay, yes, I can see your screen. So now can you click on the very right left side, search for PubSub. Yeah. Click on more products. Go to data analytics part of it. Yeah, keep going down. Okay. Keep going. Yes, great. So here, you can see the analytics, right? Hold on. So here, if you see, we have the services which are meant or which helps in data analytics, right? So you can see there are services about Cloud Composer, Dataflow, pubsub, Dataflow, Data Stream is again another service for sort of data migration. It's a third-party tool that they have integrated. Then IoT Core is getting retired. So IoT Core is for taking the data from the IoT devices, right? And we have the BigQuery, and later we have the Looker for reporting tool. Dataplex is another service for data analytics, and then you have the Looker Studio. So Looker Studio and Looker are actually same. I mean, I think they are going to to get away with the Looker itself. Looker is kind of integrated as a third party, and Looker Studio is a complete, I mean, a deep integration with the Google services now. So that's what I understand from that. Okay, so let's click on Cloud PubSub and click on PubSub. Let's get to see what on. I think it did not click. So maybe you can just click on the services. Is it moving? No. Oh. Just click on the service itself. No, click on there itself. Yes. Okay. So if you see, it is enabling the Cloud PubSub API as soon as you are opening it, right? So if you remember, we have to enable APIs for any of the services that you work with. Okay. So others, if you can also just keep following, we will keep it slow so that you can follow all this step. Okay. Now, so one thing that we have seen yesterday when we were talking about the Cloud PubSub, so we talked about there are three components: a publisher, a topic where they are going to publish, and there will be some subscriptions who is going to subscribe to this topic so that they can receive those data or the message, right? So you can see here we have this PubSub topic that you can create. Also, there is another version of the PubSub which is PubSub Lite. So PubSub, as such, like the is a global product. PubSub Lite is actually created within a region only. So there are differences. There are cost differences as well. Obviously, the cost is going to be less. So the retention of those messages are also going to be less. So for PubSub, you will have I think 31 to 35 days of retention. But for PubSub Lite, it is only storing only for the 7 days. Okay. Now, so the lab that we are going to do is we will create a topic. We will publish a message in this topic, and we will integrate it to push this message or move it to the BigQuery. So BigQuery is going to be taking a subscription to this topic, right? So we are going to do that, those steps here. Okay. Now let's try it out. So can you click on create topic? Okay. Now what you are seeing? Can you create a topic ID here? Okay. You can use a schema or it is up to you, right? So I mean, you can actually leave it as of now. We will go with a schema that can be created on BigQuery, right? Okay, so let's go to any advanced topic, anything that we are seeing. No? Okay, no, I don't have to. So, okay, go ahead using the schema. So what are options you are seeing? Click on select a PubSub schema. You don't have any schema, right? So we have to create manually. Instead, what we can do for now, let's go ahead and create the topic without a schema. So untick use a schema. Okay, click on create. Fine. So far you can see you got a topic created, right? So topic is done. I need to identify a publisher, and I also need to enable a subscriber for whatever message I'm going to deliver, right? So what is the next step that you can think of? What is visible here? You can see subscriptions, like create subscriptions. Can you see?
Yes, I can see subscription. Then a
Yes.
snapshot, metrics, details, messages. These 5 options are there.
Right. Okay. So now
Can we
what
create
we
the
are,
subscription first?
yes, create a subscription.
So subscription ID is also required, correct?
Right. So you can give a subscription name. Okay. Yes.
And there are three
Then
types of options there. Pull, push,
yes.
or
Now
write to
if you see, earlier we used to have only pull and push method.
Okay.
So we were actually pulling the message manually. I mean,
Okay.
the services which were actually consuming these messages, they were pulling by itself. And there is another mode which is push method, that cloud pubsub is self enabled or scheduled to push the messages in a in a certain intervals. Like that becomes more of a you can say a batch method, right? So in a
Yes.
batch, when we have enough amount of data, now I'm going to configure to say, okay, this much of data is collected. Now let's put it, right? So I'm going to push it. Okay. So in real time scenario, it is going to be a full actually. So whenever, okay, I think there is a sort of kind of a different concept. So how you are seeing it, so the pull can be like, okay, I have some data to be pulled out, so I'm going to pull it. So that can be probably a batch instead. And push is like whenever there is data available, push it, right? So that will be more of a real time. Okay. So anyway, what I want to clarify here is like, let's go with this push method where you want to write your whatever messages are there to either BigQuery or cloud storage. In this case, we are going to push it to BigQuery, right? So select write to BigQuery. Okay. So your project is selected. Now you need to create a dataset in BigQuery. So let me give some more context here in BigQuery. So as we talked yesterday in the theory session, so BigQuery is more of a data warehouse where you create a data set, and within the data set you are going to create a table, and that is where you are storing your information, which is more of a relational, but also it gives a flexibility to modify your schemas a lot. Okay, so somewhere it aligns with the relational data warehouse kind of. Okay, so now let's create a data set. So can you click on the data set? Yes. So it will ask you, if we have not created before, we have to create a new data set. This data set is actually going to be created on BigQuery. This is a BigQuery window that just got open, right? So if you try to resemble it, we were working with the cloud storage, right? So there also we had this certain type of fields. So you were creating a bucket, and in that you were actually storing those objects, right? So just try to visualize it the similar way. Now, in case of BigQuery, you are creating a data set, and within that data set, you will create a table because it has more of a structured data that we are going to store. So now give it a name for the data set that you want to create. You can let it be multi-region or regional. So we can go with either. Let's go with region. Okay. The dataset name cannot have any underscores. I mean, it can have the underscores, but it cannot have any hyphens. So you have to either change it to underscore, or you have to remove that. Yeah. So even for the other part, yeah, the first part, you have to remove that. Yeah. So this was better. Okay. Now it works. Again, select region. Yes. Select whichever you want. Maybe you can take the Mumbai region again. Okay, now let's look into advanced options. What else we are seeing here? So let's come down. Okay. Anything else that we are seeing different? No. Okay. See, there is a time travel window it shows, which what it really means is like you can go back to if there was already a data available in the past. So you can go back to a data which was processed, which was actually retrieved in in the previous 7 day, and you can work with it, right? So that's what this concept of time travel window as well. But yeah, that's not to be looked at this point of time. So you can go ahead and create the data set. There you can see that down you have the create data set option, right?
Anything to be changed here? No.
No, we are not changing here. I just wanted to show you what all options
What
we
is
have.
that one? Enable table expiration.
So if you want table to expire after certain number of days, you can do that, right?
Okay.
So that's like a
both the things. Okay.
yeah.
What is case sensitive? Enable case insensitive table names. Okay. A spelling mistake could be uppercase or lowercase. It can be. You can enable that one. The default collation. What do you mean by that?
Okay, so how you are going to combine the data, that is what it means. So hover on this question mark, you will get more input. So click on yes. Okay, now see what it says. So it says user must select default collation. Default collation can be created or altered. So you cannot disable that default collation once it is enabled. So that's what it means. So you have, I mean, the way the data is being collected, that is what I know about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Default rounding mode. What is that one?
What is it?
Default rounding mode.
Okay, so that is about any new table created within this data set. I have not much idea about it. When you click on this default routing mode, we will see from the drop down. So how we okay, I have no idea about it as of now. Yeah. So let's create the table for this. Don't change any of these settings for this time.
I selected something. What to do?
That is not unspecified, right? So that's completely fine. So what I can kind of think about it is like it can be
actually earlier it was default. That's why.
Yeah. So it is going to be default only. So no problem. That will be a default.
Okay.
Yeah.
A storage billing model. So how it will be calculated the billing? Because timetable windows. How many days back? Okay. Create.
Yes. Okay. So let it to get downloaded. I mean, get it loaded first. So let's wait for it, and then
no.
we'll see.
Again, after that, again here to be done. Yeah. No, it is taken from here data sets. Now we have to go to down and check that.
Yes, come down. Okay.
Table.
Now you have to create a table as well. So you have to give the name of the table under the data set, right?
Okay.
So give it some name. Okay. Now there are some options. It says that whether you want to use the topic schema or you want to write the metadata of whatever message that you are going to pass on. So metadata is nothing but suppose you have some sort of images, something, right? Now with that image, you will see the location it was captured, the size of this image, what is going to be the other like the configuration wise, right? So all of those becomes or the name of the image, right? So this becomes more of a metadata for them, data about data, right? Okay. So here in this scenario, if you see, it is saying that whether you want to use the same schema, what topic will have. I mean, the topic or the message, whatever you are going to pass on. If you want to apply the source format or the source schema in the target one, target here becomes the Bigquery, right? So whether you want to follow the same schema or not. So as of now, let's leave it as it is, and we will see what it gives as a any options further, right? Now the message retention duration, like if it was not delivered or even if it is delivered, so how long we want to keep it. Okay. So the default that we have, we can see here is it is going to be a duration of 10 minutes to the 7 days that we can do. For now, let's just keep on going with the default one. Again, also about the expiration period of these messages, like if it is suppose no subscriptions are there, like no one has subscribed to it, so how long you want to keep it, right? We cannot just keep it for as long as no one is subscribing. So there is a default value like 31 days, but you can actually keep the messages again retained for even a year if no subscriber is there, right? Okay. Then you can have the acknowledgement deadline, like how soon you want to get the acknowledgement once it is received. So once the data is already sent back, received by the subscriber. Now, how long you want to, how soon you want to report back or respond back to the publisher who actually have created this message, right? So we want to inform back to the publisher within the 10 seconds of time. That's what it means, right? Okay. Then come down. So there are ways to actually filter out how the data is actually being received by the subscribers. So you can actually use that sort of using the attributes. Attributes are again like you want to have additional details about that message. Okay, this is the pin code. If I have any messages like that, you can see, whenever the letters are delivered. So you can see there is this particular landmark. So this is the pin code like that, right? So you want to filter out based on that also. So that's where you can have the subscription filter. Even you can see, like just now you had created this ID itself for the subscription, right? So you can use that ID for filtering out, okay, for this ID only I should be sending the message. Okay, now come down. Then exactly one delivery that is actually to be, it is already enabled, I believe, because it is not clickable. So as of now, we have not made any changes, so it should be working fine. Okay. Then there are a few more options, message ordering. So now we have this mechanism of ordering the message as well. Like we can follow a set of sequence. Okay, once this message one is gone, then only send the message two, and the message three like that followed, right? But it cannot be changed later. Like you have to follow that order as long as this topic is being used for delivering any sort of message. We have this option of dead littering light. It is more of when you want to see how many attempts it is going to try out for sending the message until it is delivered. Okay. So for that, you want to see how long you can continue. At last, we have this retry policy. So retry policy can be two ways. This is something that we can say like one is immediately that you can already see here. The other way is that we want to retry only after this exponential path of delay. That what it really means from the if I tell you from the DevOps or the developer perspective, right? So whenever someone is actually creating any API calls or any request or send, right? So what we do, there can be hundreds and thousands of messages being or the request being sent for this API call. But I'm going to ensure that if someone is trying it multiple times, like we get to submit some information on a portal, but we see that at the same time thousands of other people are also trying. Now that added a lot of load on the system. So what it is going to do, it is going to keep on increasing the timeline to submit your request. Take your request to the down processing, right, for the load balancing purpose. So here it is going to keep on increasing your time. Like if in the first attempt when you requested for publishing any message, if it has taken 1 second at the very first attempt, and if there is a lot of load on the system, then what it will do, it will exponentially keep on adding the time. Exponential timeline time is what it is going to increase. Now next it will take another 2 seconds before it is going to attempt it. Then it will delay it further to 4 and then 8, like that it will keep on increasing, right? So that is what it means, and that is very important factor also when you are working with this kind of API development scenario. For now here, just go with the retry immediately, okay, and then let's create this subscription. Okay, expected. So let's see what is the permission denied here. Okay, so what do we read here?
Cannot determine whether service account service publish IAM has permission to write to the BigQuery table. Okay, so IAM permission is required for this one to allow.
Okay. So first of all, what is a service account? I think we just on very high level we touched base about the service account. So anyone can tell me what is a service account?
Okay. As per my concern, there are two accounts over there: a service and a business account.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so business for enterprise levels. Are you doing for any company level or something? And service level, it can be for individual.
Okay, so it's a bit different here. So what I had mentioned, now you are not going to run through all of these steps with your own account. Your account with which you have logged in into this console, right? Because these are in inter-service processes. Okay, so BigQuery is going to interact with pubsub. There you cannot go and add permission to yourself and then keep on trying and doing this stuff. Instead, what we have done, we have a machine ID. So service account is a machine ID which acts like or performs all sort of work that you do manually for using these services. Okay, so either you can add the permission to your own account and then perform this task, or you can create a machine ID and give it the set of permission that is required to interact with the BigQuery from pubsub. Okay, now here we can see it says that the service account do not have permission to write to BigQuery table. So far that is clear, right? Is it? No?
Yes, yes.
Yes? Okay. Now, so if you see, we need to provide this service account. The service account, which is actually, if you see, if you try to read out the service account, so it starts with a service. Okay, then there is some ID which is generated automatically as soon as you enable this API for pubsub. Okay, and then it says SA, which is service account again. Okay, so GCP at GCP hyphens SA service account meant or created for by this API, that is pubsub, right? And it is about a IAM account, so access and management account, right? Identity and access management account. And then you have it is defining that it is a service account, so gserviceaccount.com. So that's the breakup about this particular service account, which is actually specifically created as soon as you enable the API for pubsub. Okay, so far if it is clear. So now what we are going to do, we are going to add additional permission for this service account so that it can go ahead and create a table or any other sort of requirement, whatever we need to fulfill to work with the BigQuery service. Is that clear?
Yes, Jitendra. Jitendra, give me 2 minutes. I will be back. One postman came in the room.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so we got this permission issue, right? So I have shared a document, a link with everyone in the chat. So if you can open that link on the browser now. You have to remove that ports at the end.
Ports.
Okay. So these are a set of predefined IAM permissions that we assign to any of either we as a user or we assign it to service account so that they can perform the task on our behalf. Okay. So here we need to create a BigQuery table, right?
Okay.
So what I need to do, I need to search for a kind of role which I can assign to this service account, so it can perform the BigQuery table creation or any sort of other permissions that I need to work with it. Raju, you don't have to search there. No, you are moving from page. So you have to go back.
Okay. Okay, I'm in the same link.
Yeah, now you can use this Control F.
Okay.
Search for BigQuery. Okay, space. Okay, let's keep moving. So, okay, on the left hand side, right hand side, you can see the BigQuery rules are highlighted, right? So, can you on the yes, yeah, click on that. Okay, yes, okay. See, there are different set of permissions. So roles are nothing but a set of permissions that they give you, right? So a role with the BigQuery admin will have everything, whatever sort of things that you want to do with the BigQuery. It will give you the privilege to do all sort of things. You can create, you can delete, you can create a configuration, you can create the jobs that you want to run. So all sort of that. I mean, when you can create the data set, you can create a views, right? So all of those permissions are available with BigQuery admin. That is an admin role for BigQuery service, right? So if you can scroll down on this the center page or there, yes. Keep scrolling down, yes. So you will find out there are a few other rules as well, like BigQuery connection admin, BigQuery connection user, like that. Okay. What we are interested into is creating a BigQuery table. Getting a BigQuery table permission added. So I need to take out some permission, which is going to be helpful for me. So here, for now, what we will doing, we will just let's go with the BigQuery admin role itself for now. Okay. because we are working with our own personal project, and it's also for testing only. So let's not deep dive into what all sort of permissions are there, which you can take a look later on. Okay. For now, we will just assign it a BigQuery admin, which is not in generally advisable. Okay. But here only for the demo purpose, we are going to assign BigQuery admin so that any other permission also it is going to require, that will be handled by you, because it is a super, I mean, it's an admin role which has all sort of access with BigQuery. Okay. So now let's go back to your previous tab. Okay, and let's go up. Good. Okay. Can you make a note of this service account, the service account that is created? In the error you have it, right? Yes. So take the name of it, the only part where it is bold. No. I said only the bold part. So you only need the service account name. Yes, the complete service account name till.com. Yes, copy that. Okay. Now let's go back to our. Okay, not go back. So hold on. Let's click on the left hand side, the hamburger sign, and from there we will be using the 3 lines you are seeing, right? So click on that. We will be opening another service. Not here. Okay. You have actually came up completely. You have to run through all those steps again. What I wanted you to do is like, okay, start again. Let's do it. Give the ID name. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. The data set will be there. Yes. The table name. Okay. Leave the default. Go down. Yes. Click on create. Click on create. Raju, can you hear me? Can you click on create down? You can see the last one. Yes. Okay. Now go up. You will again see this service account, right? Ideally, it should have not changed the name. So copy it again anyway.
Jitendra.
Copy. Okay. Now you can see just before, where you can see on the left hand side, you have written Google Cloud, and then you have the 3 lines. That hamburger sign is what we call it at the very top, the top one, from where you list down all the services, right? Yes. Click on that.
Okay.
Right. Then you can see IAM and admin. So there you need to click on the arrow sign. Select the IAM, but use control and then open the tab so that it opens in a new tab.
Control enter.
Control and then click on that IAM. Oh, okay. You again missed it. So
No,
actually, I wanted it to open in a new tab.
I have done the same thing.
Why
Control
did it
and
not?
enter.
You have to keep it pressed actually.
No, I have pressed already.
Okay, no problem. So anyway, let's add a permission here.
Okay. So
So
then
first
that will be gone now.
No, that's completely fine. We will take care of it. So click
Okay.
on grant access. This is the IAM page where you are able
Yes.
to add any permission for anyone,
Yes.
right? Okay, search for, enter that service account name that you had there. Yes, select one. Any of it, it's same. Okay. Now we need to assign a role. So search for the role, which is going to be, we saw in the other tab, BigQuery admin.
BigQuery admin.
Right? You can search it on the top also.
BigQuery
Just start typing. Yeah. Admin. Okay. Yes. Come down.
That's it. No down.
Yeah, save it now. That's all.
IAM condition also required? No.
No, nothing else. Just save it.
Policy updated.
right? Okay, go back. Okay. Again, you enter those subscription ID, everything.
Same subscription ID?
Yes,
No,
yes.
no.
Yeah, keep everything same. Okay, change it to write to Bigquery.
Data set is already there. Table.
Come down and click on create.
Enable this one?
No, you don't have to do anything else. Just click on create.
Okay. It is working today. Now. Okay, the table or dataset is specified cannot be found.
Right. Okay. So what you need to do next is in another tab, open the cloud console again. Don't click here, open in another tab, cloud console.
Okay.
No. What I'm saying, click on the plus sign on your tabs or a new tab. Okay. Cloud. Okay. Search for BigQuery. It should be there and here itself. Yeah. So you can see down just below storage. You have BigQuery. Right. Click on that. You don't have to open anything else. Just click on BigQuery. Fine. Click on done. If anyone else finding it, I mean, if you are behind, just stop and then you can ask. We will continue with there. Okay. So now you can see here. This is our BigQuery interface. It's a SQL workspace. That is where you are currently. Now you can see there is a kind of a project ID that you can see for your stable vault. That is your project ID. Click on that. Right. I mean, you can click on that arrow sign what you're seeing on the left. Yes. Okay. Now the data set that we have created, you can see it is listed, correct? But do we have any tables there? Let's see if there is a table. I mean, click on the arrows.
No table.
No, it's a data set. You have to open that.
Nothing is open.
Okay, no problem. So now click on create table. Fine. Then give a name for the table. Down above you can keep it like empty. That's completely fine. You don't have to select anything. Down there you have an option to enter the table name. Yes, use the same table name what you had there. Yeah. Okay, done. Then come down. This is where you need to give it a schema so that if you can just switch to the tab, the pubsub tab, there you can see what error it is giving. Okay, so BigQuery table or data set is specified cannot be found. That's one error. The next thing is that I mean the two parts. So first of all, the table is not found, right? So now you're going to create that table. So the table is created. I also okay. So let's try to create it now because the table is created, right? So let's try to create it again. Come down to the end and then click on create.
Created in that place now.
Can you click? Yeah, just click on it. Create. This
Why
is
did
a
not
subscription. See, this is a subscription you are creating, so don't go into any other thought process. Okay. Okay. See, it is still saying that it cannot find the specified table or the data set, which is something wrong here. So let's see what data set name you have given.
Rajiv, did you create that table? I believe you are not like that.
Yeah. So before that, okay, let's create it first. I wanted to show you another error. So yeah, go back to the same screen on the pubsub. Try to create it again. Okay, now you can see there is another error. So now it is able to find the table, but there is no data field, right? So the next step is we need to create a field or the schema for the table. So go back to BigQuery, right? Click on this table. Okay, now edit the schema. Click on edit schema, right? Okay, now you can see that there is a plus sign in new fields. Yes, now you can add a field name saying data. Okay, and let's save it for now. Fine. So we have a data column in our table. That is where the message is going to be delivered. Okay. So now let's go back and try to create again. So click on create.
It is creating in the background.
Yes, it is creating. Now it is created probably. Yes, successfully created. Done. So subscription is created, topic is created. Now what next we want to do? We want to publish a message, right? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So let's also understand here. So we got a source. The source is going to be the publisher.
Okay.
Then we got a platform, a messaging platform, which is going to act as a postman. Okay, so it will take the message from the publisher and deliver it to the subscriber. The subscriber is who is going to be subscriber here in this scenario?
I will be.
No. Anyone else? Who is the subscriber in this particular lab, in this particular step, whatever we have done so far?
Stakeholders?
No. Okay, so you are going to into the other thought process. Here what I want to relate, want you to relate is just now you created a subscriber, right? You created a subscription, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so yes, who wants to give it a try now? Where the message is getting delivered?
In the table itself,
Which table?
which we have created.
Where we have created?
BigQuery table.
BigQuery table.
Right. So the subscriber here is a BigQuery.
Okay.
Right. So
Yes.
now, as soon as I publish or any source, here I am doing it manually, but the source can change from me doing it manually to anything as maybe the external sources from where the data is getting ingested, right? So now, as soon as I or anyone else which is acting as a publisher, as soon as the person is going to drop a message into this topic, okay, it will be delivered to the subscriber, and the subscriber is BigQuery. And in the BigQuery, we have created a data set. Within the data set, I have a table that is where it is getting going to be delivered. Okay, so now subscription is done. As of now, you are into the subscription tab, which is not where we want to be. Now we want to actually publish a message. So the messages are going to be published into the topic. So we have to click on topic. Can you click on topics on the left side? Right? Open your topic that you have created. Come down. Can you cross this subscription successfully added? Just to cross it so it is gone from the screen. Yeah. Okay. Come down. Yes. Okay. Fine. So here you can see looks like you got 2 subscription created, but that's not a problem. Now our only need is that we want to send out some messages. So you got a subscription created in the topic. You will be getting some matrices or details about it. But the important part is that we want to see what are the messages, or if I can try out sending any messages. So messages tab you have to create, click now. Come down. I don't see your screen going down.
Down, Jitendra. After that, no option is there.
Can you refresh it?
Reload?
Yes, refresh or reload it. Come down.
This is the message tab. Can I click?
Yes, click on that message tab. Is it not opening anything?
Nothing going.
Okay, so let's click on subscription then.
Subscription.
Rajiv, can you zoom in your screen? It will come.
Okay.
Now click on the message tab and
This is the messages tab.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Now
it
can
will-
you?
Can I zoom out?
Yeah.
Now it is coming.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. That's great. Okay. So now you can see here you have this publish a message as the first step.
Yes.
Okay. And then you select where you want to publish it, right? The subscription that is there.
So
Okay.
first we have to select on
Yes.
publish message.
Yeah. Click on publish message.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to send one message. Give a message name, whatever message that you want to share. Okay, so I also want to clarify here, whenever we say a message, it can be even a data also. Okay, not like in a block format, but it can be like a JSON file or any other sort of file, right? That is what we are communicating, and the single file size at a time can be around 10 MBs.
10 MB. Okay.
Yeah. So
how we will attach that file or copy paste here?
Copy paste is copy paste works actually, but anyway, for now this is also fine. I mean, we are just doing a demo, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now click on publish.
Message published.
Yeah, then select the topic where, or the subscriber who is going to read through these messages. Yes, select one. Fine, come down. Okay, now if you see, we are doing it manually. We have not scheduled anything, right?
Yes.
So this subscriber, whoever is the subscriber, he needs to actually pull this message.
Yes.
So also there is a enable ACK messages, that is enable the acknowledgement of those messages. So you can tick mark that. We will see what it means, right? So now you have to click pull.
Done.
Okay, and you will see as of now the message is actually sent, but the acknowledgement. Okay, so it is also
Deadline
delivered,
exceeded.
right?
Deadline exceeded.
Yes, deadline exceeded because the message is actually sent, but no one has actually opened it probably, maybe. So let's go to BigQuery.
Okay, very.
Right, and now we want to view if there is any data in this table, right? So you are on the schema tab.
Okay.
Right, you need to change the tab to preview or maybe other tab, right? So click on preview. If there is any data, it will show.
Yes. Hi, how are you?
Yes. So
Yes.
this is what I wanted to show as part of this lab on very high level. This is how it works. But when these setups are done, okay, these topics are created, they are actually taking care of like every second they are able to take millions and millions of record, and they are delivered. Okay, so whatever sort of messages you are getting from like notifications or maybe the you can say in any mobile messages also, if you can see, right, if you try to relate, so everything that sort of things are working with this concept only. So someone actually subscribes it, someone is actually publishing it, and the topic is taking care of all those controls. So behind the scene, again, there is a lot of computation involved. Okay, so this is all about this particular set of lab. Okay, if there is anything that anyone has got any question, please ask it now before I move into the next lab.
What does a deadline exceeded mean?
Okay, so no, it means that we did not respond back or acknowledged this message delivery within 10 seconds of time. I mean, 10 seconds is the default that we have seen in whenever we were creating these topics and subscription, right? So
Yeah.
once this subscription, I mean, someone has already got the message, they have to respond back or send out some sort of notification back so that we can confirm it was received, right? So that was not done because here we are working with BigQuery. We have not set up that all sort of configurations here. Okay. Otherwise, this is how it works.
Okay.
Yeah. So are we good with this?
Yes.
Okay. I take it as yes. So let's move to the other part of it. So Raju, as you are, you have already shared your screen. Let me take it back. So you can stop sharing now, Raju, and we will move to the next lab. Okay. Okay. So the lab that we have done just now, that was about how you actually integrate or ingest any data. It can be from external sources as well, from pubsub to the BigQuery. In between, if we want, I mean, earlier there was a need to go through a data flow as well. Earlier, like data flow was involved, it was taking all those the transformation, ingesting the data as well, and then later on it was we were able to publish it into the BigQuery. Now this is an enhancement that we have seen, which is for better. Okay, and I will share my screen on showcasing on high level how the BigQuery looks like. I mean, not the BigQuery, but data flow. Give me a second. Okay, so now if you see here in this particular screen, so this is a data flow, a service, again, a proprietary service from Google Cloud itself. And this service is helpful in transforming your data, either it is coming in real time or a batch process. Okay. I can create a job using, okay, let me take one. So I can create a job using a template, or I can create my own. Creating your own can be a tedious job, right? So I need to I mean, I need to see what are my use cases. Based on that, we can actually customize and then work with it, right? So for now, what we will be doing, let's see if we can do a quick demo here. So I want to perform a sample word count. Okay, there are other templates available which can actually help me. The lab that we have just now done, right? So we can actually take data from pubsub subscription to or topic to BigQuery. That is what we have done just now, which was bypassing this data flow. Earlier, we were actually going through data flow step only to reach there, which was definitely a not required step. So whenever we are working with this data flow, we use a template or we create our own template and then use here. Provide an input file, an output folder, and then you provide a temporary folder where if some of these steps are failed, okay, still it should be working. So those steps are done, and then ultimately it will complete the task. But whenever you use this service, you need to be careful again, just because this is really going to cost you a bit. Because if you just see here, I'm still running this particular job. I'm going to cancel it now. So I'm still running it. It is running for 1 hour and 51 minutes. The kind of resources it is using, if you can see here. So the current hard disk, persistent hard disk, it is using 1.2 TB, right? This is a lot of costing. Okay, so I don't want you to go into this trouble of utilizing it. Okay, because I don't know how it is going to impact you, right? So I will cancel it immediately. But in the core of data analytics, this is a very important service on GCP platform. Okay. So let me go back to this BigQuery part, and again, I would again want someone to volunteer and share your screen so that we can continue with our second lab, which is about the export and visualize the BigQuery reports on lookerstudio. Okay.
Okay. Is it that I have to delete the big table which we have created?
Yeah. So we will be doing the deletion part once we are done with all of these labs. Okay.
Anyone is sharing, or I can share again?
You can. I don't know. I mean, if anyone else is interested to share. Anyone wants to share their screen?
Okay, I will do.
Okay. So let me stop sharing. Go ahead.
You started sharing?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
sharing.
Okay.
Visible now?
Yes, your screen is visible. I can see that. Okay, so we are actually done with the pubsub part, right? So let's okay, let's do one thing. Let's first delete this whatever topic we created. Let's get done with this lab. Okay. So can you click on delete?
Yes. Delete. Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to delete?
Yes. You can type delete and then get done with it. You have to type it. Because at a very much on the enterprise level, these are very serious systems that we generally don't do it with the console, as I have mentioned most of the time. So these are things done with the Terraform modules itself, right? Okay, so the topic is deleted. So you are, and can you check the subscription? That should also be deleted anyway, but let's confirm it. So can you go to subscriptions? Okay, it is there. So you have to delete it. Select all of it and then delete. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Also, there is another step that you need to do. So if you can click on the left hand side on the hamburger sign, right?
Yes.
You can see there is a API and services. The third one. Yes. Click on enable APIs and services. Okay. Here you will find out that you will have some other services enabled like the pubsub, right? So can you search if the pubsub service is on?
Is this correct or?
No, it is not. You have to go back.
Back.
Yes. Just to control. Yes, you can see there in this list of APIs. These are APIs actually. So you can see there is a cloud pubsub API around I think 10th or 9th or 10th number. Yeah. Okay, open that.
Click.
Yes, click on that. Okay, now you can go ahead. Okay, so let's see, we want to disable it. Okay, so we may need it for something else if required. Otherwise, in general, what we do, as soon as we are done with all of these labs, we generally disable this so that there should not be any other way that I can be charged for these services, because this the service itself is disabled, right? Okay, so that was on very high level that I wanted to show how you
Here
need to go
say,
through it.
click here
Sorry?
or?
You can click it if there is a need by any other components, because uh, like we are doing the lab, so there can be need for other services. So that may need, for now you disable it. Yeah.
How about this BigQuery? Like, should we delete the table also?
No. BigQuery, we are going to work on the second lab.
Okay.
Right? So, okay, so we are done with this first lab. We have deleted the topics, subscriptions, and also disabled the subscribers, I mean the APIs. Now let's move on with the lab 2, where we are going to generate some reports on the BigQuery. So let's move to the next tab. Okay, here we are going to work with some data set, generate some report, and then we will export it to Looker Studio, where we are going to see the way that it is generating a kind of a representative way of reporting, like using some graphs with some additional details, which is more representable instead of working with BigQuery, which is more of a SQL only reporting, right? So let's do this lab now. What we have to do here, let's try to bring a fresh data set here. Okay, so for now you can go ahead and delete the data set that we have created as part of lab 1. So can you click on these 3 dots on the data set 1? Yes, and delete it. Okay, delete. Fine. Okay, so let's get started again. So click on add. This is for lab 2 now. So click on add. Right. So if you see, there are various ways that you can actually take a source of any of the data that you want to bring to BigQuery. Okay. So I can bring it from my local file by uploading it. I can use Google Cloud Storage to bring the data to BigQuery, as I was talking about yesterday during this topic, right? If needed. Then I can also have a direct connection from the external sources. So I can bring the data from directly from AWS, on-premises, or any other sources, which makes it more of a data lake. The BigQuery is also called a data lake. It becomes like recently they introduced another term, kind of Omni or something, right? So that is for the basis of how easily we are able to integrate with multiple sources and perform all sort of analysis. Once the report is generated, take it back and use it for your own consumption. Okay. So in this particular lab, we are going to take some external data source or the publicly available data source. So can you keep scrolling down, and you can actually you can see there. So the very last one was a public data set. Yes. So can you select that? So there are around 202 free data sets available, right? The one that we are going to pick, which is for this lab, it is going to be BigQuery reports or something. So let's scroll down. Maybe not. Okay, let's scroll down if you can find that BigQuery one, or just type Google in the search.
Google.
Google, not big. Google. Yes, yes.
Google only.
Okay.
No?
Let's see. Search. Enter. Okay. Now let's scroll down. What all data sets we can see here? Come down. Okay. Yeah, this one. So Google Cloud Release Notes. That one we can select. Okay. Yes. Now you can click on View Dataset.
Okay, this is all the data in that.
Right. Right. Fine. So this is the whole data that we have from the release notes, like what all sort of okay, that is also from the more of the public data set, everything they have exported, but down you should be able to see for the Google Cloud release notes, I believe. So go to Google Cloud release notes.
This cloud.
Yes, it's open, right? Yeah, click on that. Yes, click that table. Okay, now you can click on preview.
Jitendra, how to get there? Can you let me know again?
Sure. So did you click on add?
Done. Next.
Okay. Then we got this new window open where we have we were
Local
searching
files.
for
Yes, search button was there. Next.
public data set you have seen, right?
Public data set, not, yes, same.
Okay. Then we searched for Google Cloud release notes.
Okay, Google Cloud release notes. Google Cloud. Yes, got it.
Okay. Now you need to click on view dataset, which will open in a new tab.
What need to select?
You need to click on view dataset.
View data. I'm not able to do. Okay, Google Cloud release notes I can see, but category analytics, two things are there.
No, Google Cloud release notes you have opened, right? Can you click on it and open it? Okay.
Yes.
And then you have
Reports are
to.
coming in that.
Sorry.
Google Cloud release notes. It is coming on the Bigquery public dataset program datasets. This is the screen. Can I put the screen in the chat?
Okay. Yes. Go ahead and share your screen. Then we'll continue with Vishal again.
Okay. Okay, this is the screen.
You have to select that. You have to open it. That's what I was saying.
This one?
Yes.
Okay, this one.
Yeah. Now click on view dataset. That's all.
Okay. Honestly.
Okay. So you can stop sharing, Vishal. You can go.
Okay.
Again.
Can I stop sharing or Vishal will continue?
Yes, Vishal will continue. So you can stop sharing.
Okay.
Okay. So as we can see, this is the data it is holding, like what are the recent updates happened, and so this is also a way to actually get the reports of or generates the right set of information, what all things are happening within the Google Cloud, and what are the recently updated information. So I believe I'm not sure when was the last time this data set was updated, but mostly I understand they are updated. Maybe you can try to search it with the date. Can you try to look from the date perspective if it works? Okay, last modified on 19th of August, right? So it was okay, it was created. Okay, that's fine. So it seems like it was updated today itself.
Yeah, just few hours.
Okay, so we should have the latest data also on this. Now let's perform some query over this particular data set. So can you go to the data set that we had? I mean, from where we got this the view page, right? So can you go to that tab? Maybe the previous tab, I believe. Can you click on the previous tab? Not here, but on the high level, the browser tab.
Okay.
Yes, click on that. Okay, now there are some samples also, right? Or maybe you can see. Okay, so click on samples. Okay, right. So if you see, there are some sample queries which you can perform here. Okay, so we are not going to build some random query because these are again very costly product. They can charge you a lot if you have not used your commands properly, like the queries that you whatever query you are going to run, right? So we want to ensure that we are limiting the number of data that we are going to retrieve, okay, because it costs you based on the query or how much data you have retrieved based on the query you have written. Okay, so what we are seeing here, there are two sample queries which we can perform. Okay, one is like if you want to understand what were all the security bulletin updates in last 6 months. The other one would be the last 10 feature updates on BigQuery, right? So let's take the second one, or maybe the security one we can take. The first one you can take. Click on run this query. The first one, yes. So we will see what were the security updates that were done in last 6 months, right? Okay, so now if you see this query itself, it says it is not going to select everything from this report. Okay, so if you see as of now, the query is going to on the very right hand side, you can see this query will process only 8.87 MB when run, right? What if, sorry, yes. Okay, now what if I perform this query on overall this table itself? So if I try to take the control, maybe let's say control, let me ask for control. Okay, you can give it a try. So what you can do, write a command just below it.
Enter.
Enter, yes. Okay, then write a command, space, give a space. I mean, one line down.
One more line.
Sorry, one more line, new line. Introduce a new line here. So yes. Okay. Now write a command, write a query, select star from. Right. Select star from. No, there will not be any space. I mean, there should be any space. There should not be any. I mean, you don't have to combine. So it is all together a separate. I mean, with one space for each of these. So select space star space. Okay.
Yes.
Space.
Yes.
Space. Okay. And now you can copy paste the data set name. You can see on this one, the green highlight. No. You can see the command above, right, where you have from, and then you have this table name. So you can take that complete line and paste it here. Yes, take that and paste it here. Down.
Down,
Yes.
huh?
No, there only. So that's one. Just after from, yeah. Okay. Now one more thing is you have to comment out the previous one, or you can just select all of that previous command, the above one, and for now you can keep cut it and keep it available, right? Instead of I think we can also do a comment. So can you try if you can comment out this set of para? As of now I'm not able to recall it.
Which one? This line, no? Line 11 or which lines?
Okay, better do one thing. Take that the command that you just now wrote, select that complete command. Okay, copy it or cut it. Okay, open in a I mean, click on the plus sign on the top. You can see that adding a new query. The plus sign you can see just above save query. Yes, click on that. Okay, enter here, and then now we'll see. Okay, so just wait. You can see here. Okay, why it is only. Okay, seems like the data set is very small, because altogether it is giving me 9.11 MB. Okay, I wanted to showcase like if the data set was quite big. Okay, so that's totally fine. Let's go back. What I wanted to show is like running the any command with using a star will charge you a lot, because it will select everything from the data set. Okay, which is not desirable when we are working with GBs and TBs of data. Okay, so let's run this command so you can execute it, which is going to give you a product name, subscription, and I mean the description and the when it was published, right? So
Yes.
so that is what it is going to share. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, so we got it. Like we can see the product name is APG. Then what was the description about it? So they are revolving around the security aspect only, right? So we are actually looking at release note type as security bulletin, right? And also we have given the date, like it should be I mean anything past 6 months. Okay, now we got this report, but if you see I mean, is it comfortable to read? No, right? So can we yeah, so can we take it out and represent it with a better way using some other tool? And that is where we can actually plug in it with the Looker Studio, right? So now I want to export this data to that tool. So can you see there is an option to export data?
Explore data or export?
Yeah, explore data is also fine. So click on that explore data. It means same actually. We are actually exploring it with the Excel sheet or any other way, right? So we can also, if you see, we can also move it to sheets, Excel sheets. We can also for doing some sort of automation on it, or we can just represent it using Looker Studio. So we can click on Looker Studio now. can just click on get started.
Jitendra, I'm not able to do that one. That screen was not coming. Can I share my screen for 1 minute?
Where are you stuck, Raju?
Okay. So after that, you are told like that, add new tab and run the query, but it was not running. Can I retry?
No, we did not run any new query. We will see your screen. Okay, just give a second. So as of now, if everyone can see, everyone else is able to follow it up so far.
Yes.
So
Yes, it's them.
okay, and Naresh is not there. Was it for drop?
No, he was there in the starting.
Yes.
Maybe drop or some call or something came.
Okay, no problem. So okay, so far we were able to follow, right? So if you see here, the report that we generated out of BigQuery, now that is beautifully can be represented here using with the help of this Looker Studio also, right? You can see here the product name, the counts of how many articles and all we have produced on the same. Okay, so you can also modify using this tool. There are a lot many options to change it. Like if you can click on this record count itself and click on edit. Just select that and try to change it to something else. So let's change the view. Okay, so let's okay, so instead of this bar chart, I want to see something different, maybe a pie chart or something, right? So can we give it a try? So let's go to view, click on view, or just let's do some experimentation here. So how we want to see here? No, view will not have that. Maybe in the edit, if you can find.
No, on right hand side there is a chart arrow mark is there. If you click that, we get some options.
Right, or even on that
Under the theme and layout on right hand side.
no, what I'm saying, click on this bar chart itself and then right click and let's see if yeah, even this chart is open. Okay, click on charts. Yeah, there
Yeah,
it,
we get
it will, yes,
options.
right here we will get it. Yes, select that.
Now,
Let's see. Now you have to obviously adjust it based on how you want to, what all data pointers you want to have on the X and the Y axis, right? So it is going to focus differently. Even you can actually map down data with the geographical tagging as well. So that also is supported with it, right? So there is a lot many use cases that you can work with for creating your dashboards. Okay, so that is all about the second lab. So we covered the ingestion of data and analysis with BigQuery, and then the reporting using the Looker Studio. These two parts we wanted to cover. On very high level, I have shared my screen for the data flow. So how the transformation happens. But yes, at this stage, I think that is more deep down instead of just taking the understanding of how it works. Whenever we want to do something on the data engineering aspect of, we will be covering that much deeper. But for this particular program, we are not going deeper on the data flow. Okay. Okay. So that is all that I have to share. Okay. So let's yeah. So let me take a screen from Raju and then see what he has to share and fix his issue.
I'm sharing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, this was the screen. Able to see?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay.
But you don't have to execute this query.
But I have run that one. Any harm on that?
No, that's what I was saying. We did not have to. So you can remove it. I mean, you can just close it and you can go to previous tab.
Close.
Yeah.
Okay, done. Okay, I'm here itself.
Right. Now you can run this query.
Okay, this query again run. Okay, so came to this place.
Yeah.
Then export data, correct?
Right.
Export with seeds, Looker Studio, Python notebook. Okay, 3 options are there.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
this was
So
the
this is
file
what
path.
you get.
Okay. So we can set
On
the
the right, you
style
can see.
also.
Yes.
Add a
Okay.
chart. Okay, here to be changed.
Right. Not only the chart, but the the legends that you're creating, like what you want to keep on the X and the Y axis.
Yes.
That you can also you modify. All sort of that dashboarding how we do. So
Okay.
that can be done with the help of this tool, right?
Okay.
Okay. So there are some free tiers again for all of these services. If you are not exceeding that, it is all good to utilize these services as long as you want without paying
Okay.
any single penny from your pocket.
Okay.
Fine. So let's go back and what we will be doing. First of all, let's close this Looker Studio. Okay.
So Looker Studio, we can close, correct?
Yes, you can.
Closed.
Okay. Now in the BigQuery also, you need to delete all of those data set, whatever we
Okay.
brought, because
Okay.
that
So
may add some
we
charges.
can cancel this one directly, or we can
Yeah,
go
you can cancel that, but the data set is present on
this
the
one,
left
this
hand.
place.
No, not this. Yeah. Okay, cancel that. Okay. On the left hand side, you can see that is your project ID. Now, if you can click on that project ID, it will display the data sets on the left hand side.
Left hand side, data set,
Yes.
data transfer.
No. You can see this particular. Yeah. Hold on, Raju. This is an Explorer. If you are able to see here, so on the left, are you able to see the Explorer? You can see your project ID stable one, right? Open that. Open it first. Yes. Maybe you have to refresh your screen one time. Others can also follow the same, and you have to make sure that you are deleting these data sets. Cancel it. You can cancel it. Okay. Why is it not showing the? Had you deleted the previous data set, everything? Rajiv?
No, not deleted, Jitendra.
You have to delete that also. But one thing is,
here is their option. Rajiv table is there.
You have to delete that. Not only this, but everything. So, okay. So let me stop the recording now because we are done with this session. So I'm going to stop the recording now.